You saw the title, you saw the thumbnail, but we don't even really have a full idea of what we're doing here. It's the usual main crew, especially when it comes to Honkai. We had a lot of folks come and go with Genshin. Honkai's kind of me and Jason and Doug. Doug will eventually play this game, and then when he does, he'll level every character to 600. So
Yep, absolutely.
we are gathered today. I'm not even sharing my screen yet because Jason's gonna go first, but I will show you and just let the two of them know what I'm looking at. I have 215 polls, and Boot Hill is on the screen. And even as we start this recording, I don't know what I want to do. And I'm sounding this out on air primarily because I don't think I'm going to poll today. I messed around with Boot Hill's trial and also got to mess around with him a bit in this new event, which we'll talk about a bit. And I am quite tempted. I have more than enough polls. I'm not really interested in Firefly. I think all the memes and stuff are a lot of fun. I like her, but I don't really have any need for her. I don't know that I need Boot Hill either, but I really enjoyed his style of gameplay. So, I don't think I'm pulling on him today. I have time in the banner. I mean, it's another 2 weeks plus, but I'm putting Jason's screen up because he is going to pull for not Boot Hill, probably. And I'll let him walk through that decision-making process.
Yeah, I'm basically here in front of Xuan. She's over there. I actually don't know if she's here normally or if this is a quest, so we're keeping a good COVID distance right now.
Okay.
So we don't. Yeah.
Very safe.
But yeah. So we're doing Fu. Because I need better sustain effectively. I have a tiny dragon girl and then a bunch of 4 stars effectively. And I know I already struggle with some of the content, like the higher end content. I've got enough DPS teams lying around. I have too many effectively. That'll kind of factor into some of the other decisions later on. But between being able to run a full Kafka team with her Black Swan, Ron May, who I probably should even build better than what she is. But then I've got my Acheron, who arguably still kind of needs a perfect team to go with because I keep refusing to level up Pela here, who is on this banner. So that's also another strong option here. Because I've got a Gallagher who's actually kind of kitted out pretty well. So I could run the pretty typical Silver Wolf, Pela, Acheron with Gallagher. But a part of me really wants to get my Sparkle in on something cool. And for me to do that with an Acheron, I need an E2 Acheron, which I really like using Acheron, whether it's simulated universe or anything else. It's just she kills everything. Doesn't matter. Oh, weakness, not weakness. Does AoE single target? She just kills all the things, and that's phenomenal. And it lets me fly through the simulated universe really quick because I just kill all the battles automatically. It's great. It's great content for me when I play this game. But this Fu is what I'm looking for right now, because I need someone to survive some of the harder content where bosses are just bricking me for tons of damage, especially as I try to go through all the memories of chaos and all that kind of stuff too. So
Bailu's
that's
a good
where
healer.
I'm at.
She's my second.
Yeah.
I obviously pulled Luoka recently. He's been on my main team ever since. Well, once I finished building him a week after we pulled for that video. And Bailu's still holding the second slot, and she's good. Her ability to have her ult essentially proc some things outside of her turn is pretty strong. I find myself constantly frustrated with her bounce mechanic. It just feels like it never hits what it's supposed to, and that's, that's being a prisoner of the moment. I'm sure the luck is not as bad as my interpretation of it is, but it still feels bad when you hit your first Q. You get to target the first cure, and then from there it's just, throw your hands up in the air. Who knows? It might hit the same person who's already full twice, and yes, it raises their max HP, but nobody cares. If you have another person on 1,000 health, you're not eager for somebody else to get 500 more max HP. So I get where you're coming from. It's got to be especially tough with her as your main. I think this will give you now 2 strong sustains to work through, Memory of Chaos or whatever. So I guess we see how well it goes, and then we see if there's any pivot after the fact.
Yeah, this is one of those things where, even with... I have a Lynx that I was using for a long while, and Lynx is fine. But I actually find that Gallagher has been amazing, especially when I tend to run a just an Acheron. This is part of my overall debate with what I wanted to really focus on with my account is the argument against E2 Acheron is that my my Kafka and Black Swan are wonderful with an Acheron and then the 2 Nihility, and then I throw like Gallagher in there, and then every time he pops his ult, I was gonna say burst, but whatever you call it, and applies that, not only is that a stack for Acheron, but then his turn gets to basically get reinserted in wherever you put the burst, and then he auto attacks to then trigger Kafka again, which is another stack of Acheron's buff. It's such great synergy between the two of them with Acheron that there's an argument to be made that I should just make my Acheron team all my Nihility women, essentially. They should just all go in a team with like a drunk man, and they should just go kill everything. But then I end up in the same spot I've always been, which is, what the hell do I do for my other side of like Memory of Chaos? I have nothing that can compete with that in power. So I, especially like, because none of my sustains are good enough, really. Lynx tends not being able to keep up with some of the content. Bailu's the same thing, where it's just too random a lot of times. People die. I've had bosses just brick her to death, and I'm like, well, she can't bring anybody back if she's dead. That doesn't help at all. And I know some of that can kind of happen with Fu here, that if they just focus her the whole time. But as long as they don't one-shot her, or it's such a huge AoE that it one-shots her through the whole team, in theory, she will be far better. And I've seen people do content far above their own level with Fu and survive.
She's consistently high on the tier lists. She could be the best sustain in the game. She certainly is in certain team comps, but she's not bad in anything. And I think, for me personally, I've had a lot of success mixing Sparkle with my Kafka and Black. I was gonna say Black Swan. With those two together, I just think about Natalie Portman all the time. This is the main thing I go to. Is the hard part.
Oh yeah.
With those two together and Sparkle, yes, they can't really make use of Sparkle's crit damage part of her kit, but it's not really the main thing she's doing anyways. And just being able to constantly reapply the defense down stuff, and then also guarantee yourself always proccing Kafka's stuff, works surprisingly well. So you may find that, if you can pivot and get Acheron on her own team with some support and separate her from those, as strong as that synergy is, you're right. As far as the two teams setup, that's probably your best avenue, because she can obviously hold her own on her own. Acheron doesn't need the other two Nihility women. As funny as it is to have 3 super strong Nihility women beat the shit out of Gallagher if he ever gets out of line while drunk, I think that's probably your best path to having 2 strong teams.
See, and that's also what I think, which is why I think my strongest possible team is probably going to end up looking like putting Fu Xuan here on the dot team with Kafka, where she's just sort of running. I mean, she's doing her sustain thing, and then I run Ron Mei on that team, because Ron Mei helps every team, and then I run my Silver Wolf, who is phenomenal with my. Whether it's regular attacks or anything, it's all defense down, it's all debuffs, 24/7, 365. So Acheron loves that shit. But I don't care much. Like, for Pela, she's fine and everything, but it's like and I know people will be like, wow, it's amazing, and like, that's cool and all, but like, my Sparkle's just sitting around waiting for somebody to buff, and I've got like nearly 200 crit damage on my Sparkle. She could let my Acheron like pog, and she does actually a lot of times. But as I've run some teams like that, but with Gallagher, as great as he is for the debuffs, that team dies a lot because he sometimes can't compete when he's just got like tiny little Silver Wolf who doesn't have the most HP, and Sparkle's not running with a ton of HP, although I've kind of rebuilt mine to help that. It's not always the best. So a part of me has considered even running Fu Xuan in that team. Maybe if Bailu can manage it, throwing her on the Kafka team. Basically, I've got all these options. This is also where part of the boot hill even pops into the discussion, or even potentially Firefly later on, is that their Super Break. And Super Break works really well with Ron Mei. So if I decide that I want to throw Acheron into a Black Swan and Kafka team, that frees up my Ron Mei, who I could just build Trailblazer, throw Trailblazer, my newly free and jobless Ron Mei, in a team with either Boot Hill or potentially Firefly, and suddenly have an incredibly good DPS on that side too. But then, of course, it's like, well, then where's Acheron go? Where's Sparkle go? Where's Silverwolf go? I've got all these characters sitting around, and they're so close to all finding teams. It really just comes down to like which way does the wind blow, and what kind of content am I going into? But I'll have to save up for E2 Acheron if I really want to get her in the team with Sparkle, because she needs 2 Nihility otherwise to truly get the most out of her kit. I mean, I've run her with Sparkle. She does a lot of damage. It'd be nice if she did even more. Mm-hmm. And if she was E2, not only would she do more damage with fewer Nihility, she gets more stacks quicker, especially with Sparkle boosting her turn back up all the time. It would be a ton of damage.
Yep.
So at this point in time, I think I'm holding off on Boot Hill, like for sure. Firefly is probably going to be it's like a big maybe. I'll probably end up holding off on her as well. There are some there's discussion out there of potential Nihility like debuffers that are sort of like a 5-star Pela in the works for Acheron teams. Who knows how that'll work? If that does come to fruition, maybe that's a direction I lean into instead of running Sparkle. If people are running numbers and saying, yeah, this other Nihility is better than running a Sparkle on your team or something, maybe. But as it stands, I know I want Fu. And I think the plan is if I end up getting her early on the first, if I win the 50-50, I might just throw the rest of the wishes at this. It's not ideal for running her in the Acheron teams. In theory, you actually want the other one to where if she gets hit, it puts a debuff on the enemy because that's just more stacks. But this one for like, I've heard if you, just for quality of life, not only is it like increases her HP, which is what she wants, regeneration rate, which is what she wants, but like this part here, whereas every new wave that pops up, you just slowly keep increasing, like it's free heals because she doesn't heal, she doesn't shield, she just redirects damage onto herself and then heals herself. So having a way to then heal the rest of your party helps keep them a little bit topped off all the time. So I've heard that a mix between these two, her and her light cone, makes her one of the comfiest choices for any account in any content.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
we'll have to see if it's
probably
Fu or FU.
Yes. Yes.
You have any pity?
That is the question. I don't believe I do. I think we pulled exactly for Acheron. Oh, one. We have one. One pity.
Could matter. We don't know.
Mm-hmm. No, that's true. But
well, probably enough blue balls.
13
minutes, we haven't done a single pull. That's tough.
It's true. We're blue balling people
we'll
right now.
Put the title as eventually wailing for.
Okay.
YouTube engagement wants us to really hit people hard in the first 20 seconds so they don't click off the video. We have done the antithesis of that.
Yeah, if you're here, we love you. Okay.
Yeah. But we're good.
But I think it's time. I think this is the plan. This is what we're going with. I think we still got some time till Acheron makes a rerun. So I'm not super worried about that. So I'm kind of willing to throw everything from this patch at Fu or her light cone and see what happens. So that's my plan.
Knowing nothing about this character, she has Kokomi vibes, so I'm saying you have a type.
Yeah. I mean, I call her Space Kokomi a lot of time too.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Kokomi's voice actress is actually for Lynx.
Yeah,
which
different
is the
character in this game. But
different character. Yeah.
The visual
although
of
oddly
it,
enough,
yeah,
the like hello, I'm like short person with long flowy like pink hair who is like secretly kind of a genius when it comes to strategy. Fu actually does that whole thing better in this game, I would say. Although that whole story arc is a little weak.
Maybe the worst in the game.
Stronger. Yeah, I would say it is.
I wouldn't
still
say bad, but I would say the weakest in the game.
She's better than Kokomi though, which should say something. In the worst arc of this game, this character still delivered on that like premise of being like, I'm actually a tactician. I'm actually pretty smart. I'm actually kind of thinking 3 steps ahead, and other people do respect it. She does that so much better than Kokomi ever does. So it's kind of funny in a way. But yeah, here we go.
Push the button.
10
right.
pull.
Let's do it. Always a 10 pull, Chris. Always 10 pulls.
I don't know about all that. Pretty sure that was not a 5-star.
89 pity, 10 pull.
Boom. Oh, we got a hook.
Absolutely.
For dominance.
We got a hook. We got a hook. You know, I actually don't think I have any of them E6. So I don't actually know where I'm sitting with that.
Well, we'll find out by doing, I
Yeah.
suppose, because if
I guess
and
that's
when
true.
they ever hit the thing, then we'll know.
Okay. Oh, more hooks. Boom.
Oops, all
You
hooks.
know, oops. Great Dark Hook the Great. I think that's her name. I don't know. One of the characters I found myself actually liking a lot in that whole random arc. Just because she was
Oh,
always
there you
up
go.
to something. And then we get to Pela.
E6.
Yep.
So the answer's
Okay.
that.
Once upon a time, I ran her in my team. Ages ago.
Those are
Early
sad
in the game.
times.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, look, the 4 stars in this game are viable. And
Yeah.
definitely stronger than Genshin's. But like you said,
Yeah.
you know, Gallagher definitely can find a niche, especially in the right team composition. But you do start to see some weaknesses if you're not careful. Whereas, like, you know, somebody
Mhm.
like, I don't know, Luoka doesn't really have a bad team to put him in, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's almost the difference between a lot of the 4 and 5 stars. Is the 4 stars have their niche, but they're still incredibly good at it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure there would be people that would say, like, as much as I'm over here trying to put like a sparkle on a team, they're gonna be like, well, even if you do that, you should swap your Silver Wolf out for the Pela. And I'm gonna be like, hey, I respect your opinion, but like, I didn't put all that investment in Silver Wolf for her to do nothing.
That's right.
So, yeah,
Like, you're
Okay, here
you're
we go.
right. But
there
respectfully,
it is.
fuck off.
yeah. Okay, we're hoping for preservation and not Japard, although we would accept a Himiko. And the reason we need Himiko is because there's that other game mode where I've experimented with that in that new game mode. Yeah, Himiko Herta. Oh, that's not. This is like
That's
this is like so many Branyas, Chris. I'm so sorry.
I have mine. I don't care.
Oh,
I'm building her. I didn't really show her off. I'm in the middle of building her still because I was not expecting. Well, I mean, I knew it was coming up, but I wasn't really preparing for it in advance. I was still working on, you know, my other new characters. So I'm working on her, but I have her, so I don't care. I had a way to get her. I don't have
Okay.
to sit here and be jealous. I was like, if I really want her, I can just do that.
okay, that's good.
Relatively
Man.
early, at least. Not obviously the outcome we want, but
Yeah.
you hit
60.
2 in, so you've got 8 pity coming off of 61 effectively. So not
Well.
great, but not terrible.
We'll see. We'll see.
It might take
I
Light
could
Cone out
get
of play.
lucky. It might take Lycone out of play, which, like I said, if I run her in my Acheron team, I have another Lycone for her. But the Lycones also come sooner, so Pelas are good. I'd actually like E6 Pela, so I'm not. Not
It is the first. So I mean, have you purchased your extra wishes?
That's true.
I don't think. Is that how that works?
Yeah.
I don't think that's how that works.
No, it's the first. They reset. I just bought mine this morning.
Oh my god! Look at that.
That's why I have
I'll have
215. I
obviously
probably
more of
had,
these.
between conversions and a couple other things, I probably had just over 200. I just threw my gems
these
at it
I
and then
have.
the new monthly stuff. You can do it in Genshin too.
I'm sure there are plenty of people here that like buy these
No.
for like something. I don't
No.
I don't know who you are though. Like, get out of here.
You're playing the game wrong. I respect your choice. It's nice that it's an option if you want to do it. Don't get me wrong, but no.
Yeah, I don't.
Imagine pulling
Couldn't
4
be
stars
me.
from that. I'm sorry. I know you're the 4-star guy too, but like I'm not I'm
Man,
not putting any of those into a
I
Natasha.
I do think I did that for official once in Genshin.
I probably should have. I'd like to visual a lot. She was on my main team for a while. She's still not C6 for me.
I needed one for so many different teams and just wasn't pulling her at all from
But
anything.
when we have limited resources and I'm virtually free to play, I need to put them into characters I want. Otherwise, I'm never gonna have enough.
Yeah.
Like I can't pull characters once every 6 months. That's ridiculous.
Luca, get out of here, buddy.
No, Luca, no. And it's a cat.
No,
pushing
Luca,
away
no.
cereal.
Guy.
I don't think that was it.
No, it's not.
It was not. Okay, that might be 6. I think she was at 2 or 3.
Nope.
Nope. There we go.
Yep,
Okay.
there you go.
Yep.
That's
So
confirmation.
that's good.
That is good. And it's an extra wish. Oof. I'm getting some hard pity here. A random Herda from outside the ring with the steel chair.
Emphasis on
just
hurt.
coming in hot. Yeah, on hurt. Okay,
Yes,
there we go.
there
Okay.
There we go.
Well, the only it's anticlimactic, but maybe there's two, or maybe there's something that we don't know.
Maybe, yeah. The surprise Himiko right after.
Surprise, Bronya.
Oh man.
Okay, one.
First one. Yeah.
Well,
Lasers.
you know, at least you're here.
There we go.
Okay.
So that leaves you like 50 that you can pull the thing for.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll probably
Maybe
do it.
not 50, but
39
50.
with 9 pity. Well, different pull.
Different pull. And this one I think is pretty. Yeah.
no pity.
No
No
pity.
pity.
You'll have 9 pity for whatever character you pull on next, at least.
That's true. Well, I have no problem throwing wishes at this thing.
All right.
I have spoken that I think the weapon banners are not a jip in this game, and I'm willing to stand by that.
Well, there you go.
Is that an actual
to
just
another-
a straight up on you? Okay. Oh, okay.
there you go.
We'll
Yeah.
find out. We'll find out. I've had pretty good luck on these, but so I wouldn't. I'm actually due for not getting one here.
Again, this
that-
early, nobody cares if you lose the 50-50 that
Yeah.
much. I'm rooting for you.
Okay.
There
Well,
you go. There it is.
Fortune favors the bold.
Yeah. Geniuses. Genius society. Okay, that's beautiful. Oh, look at I had a surprise other one. Well, cool. That was a good.
There you
That
go.
was a good pull for like
And
20.
9 pity towards your next weapon.
Yeah.
Light
Well, okay.
cone. I know.
Light cone, whatever. Whatever. Now I do actually have where's my team lineup? We can just put you in right here. Uh-oh. Where is she?
All the way down there.
Now I should be able to like level her up all the way actually. Oh, I don't actually know about the light cone because obviously I wasn't sure if I was getting it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Still time to pull for Boot Hill. No.
oh my gosh, with my
Yeah,
like
do it.
extra 20.
Yeah, do it, coward. You won't.
Favor and gain.
Why would
Lies
I?
free from strain.
As your advisor, I don't know if I recommend that one. I was fully on board with Light Cone, but
If I was gonna pull for one just like for kicks or for fun, it'd probably just be Firefly. I don't know if I have a strong reason why, other than I like the idea of either them like going on like a little date with main characters since that's what they do all the time, so I could just run them around together,
Favor and gain.
or
Lies
building
free
like
from
a
strain.
Kafka, Silverwolf, Firefly, Stellaron Hunter team, which amuses me. I don't think it would be good, but I could do
doesn't-
it.
that's the funny thing about the Stellaron Hunters is they don't really synergize with each other.
Favor and gain.
No, not really.
Not really at all, to be honest. Like,
Yeah. But like if I ran Silverwolf, Harmony main Trailblazer, and Firefly, that
With
would
favor and gain.
synergize. That you can kind of make a super break team out of that. It's
cool that Harmony Trailblazer is
doable.
actually seemingly quite viable.
yeah, it's like Dendro MC. It's like, oh, suddenly there's a lot of meta teams that use this. Like,
Yeah.
When it comes to seeing everything.
And has so much swag. I mean, look at the
I've got a
dance
long
moves.
road ahead of me.
oh yeah. Oh my God, more wishes.
Yes.
That's what
More
we're here
pulls.
for. That is what we're here for. Oh, she's summoning a thing.
Oh,
I actually can
God.
level up
It's not
like
me.
a lot
I'm
of
the
these
second to
too.
last line. More sugar intake needed. Time for some sweet
Sugar
tea.
intake.
Who knows what
Is
she's
this
talking
wheel
about?
or woe?
She's talking
There's-
about diabetes.
There's some healing as
Diabetes.
well.
Correct. There is
Is this wheel or woe?
people who aren't familiar.
But like you have to keep doing the ultimate, which is why that light cone also giving energy regen helps for even more healing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not great to be clear, but it's a little bit, and every little bit counts. It's called sustain for a reason.
The most exciting part of this.
Yeah, I'm always torn about this. Like, do we show it? But I'm like, we're not actually whales. We call it that just for clicks. But like, most of us are pretty free to play. So when we do have the opportunity to go on a character, it's like, well, we've been working on this for a while. We're not just doing this on a whim or whatever.
It's true. I mean, I actually don't know the order I should level these up in. I have like I think I have almost all the materials to level it all up, but I don't. That may not be true, but I think it is.
Well, that's kind of like her main thing.
Is the talent?
Yeah.
Still active? Yeah, okay. I never actually looked. In my head, I was like, oh, I'm just going to level them all up. So, like, who cares? I guess we'll go up to I usually go up to 8 when I have to actually spend things that you can't just buy or grind for. But I did do plenty of pre-farming.
So this just leaves the light cone after this.
That's true.
God.
People are yelling at me right now. They're like, "What are you leveling this up for?"
I know. Ooh, 45%. At least it scales on her HP and not her attack. But
correct.
Look,
it's
still gonna be pitiful.
I imagine it'll hit surprisingly hard. I have plenty of these. Does this heal for more? Increases their max HP by more. And crit rate more by more. Well, okay.
Yeah, it's also pretty strong. Whereas, like the ultimate is fine, but it's just more damage, so like it doesn't.
Yeah, that one can stay there for a while.
Yeah,
that's how
you have enough to do it, so you could, but it's like, eh.
And relics. Okay, hold on. This is. We're looking for Arlen's dumb face. Arlen is my my mule. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That's funny. He's someone else's mule in the game too.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, someone else who runs a space station. It's not a big deal. We don't have to worry about it.
The drug mule.
That's right.
Oh, that's not. He was over here holding all the preservation light cones he can't use.
Yeah, I've been working on getting more of the messenger sets just because it seems like half the characters in the game really want it.
Well, and I don't even know that this is like. I've been trying to grind jumping between a couple of different things, and this is not the best in the world. You typically want some speed and you want some HP, and I've seen people say you want both. This is. Do I even have the?
Okay, so are you at 120 speed? Or are there more stats?
That's the real question. I do. Okay.
Yeah, so then you're triggering that as well. So I mean, that seems to. I mean, is it like the tippy top tier? No, but it's fine.
Yeah. Well, and I haven't leveled this up, which is probably why her HP is so low. Also, interesting. I've seen all the different theories about stuff. There's that movie event where you do like all the. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Oh, we're gonna run low on these.
You're screwed.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me for a moment. I have to go yell at a dog.
Do it.
Corval.
Uh-oh. We hit a roadblock. Okay, I'll probably have to do this later. Was not anticipating having to level this up. How much have our stats improved? By a sizable amount already. Okay, that's good. Very pretty. Look at her go.
I came back. Do you have to keep a safe COVID distance from yourself?
Exactly, because that could be a doppelganger, and I'm not about that.
Trust no one.
Does she have a goatee?
True, and like an evil mustache.
Right, that's usually how you know. Question. Well, you need to go into a battle with her in this or in the trial. We need to show her off at least. We need to do a better job of that, so...
Okay, well...
We've talked about what she does. It's not going to be a huge surprise, but it's just to see it in action.
So we can even do a little... where you're just like, hello, yes, I have a thing. And then they'll like try to hit you. and it doesn't work.
Stream 4.
Oh, this isn't gonna work. Forgot they just die.
Oh,
Oh, well.
Oh, look at that.
Feeling spiffy?
fortune
Oh,
smiles
I have
upon us.
auto battle.
You're auto battling. We'll never
my
know
auto
what's gonna happen now.
Free will or
Okay.
was it fate?
So you know,
Destined for oblivion.
oh, he's dead. Oh, he got better. So yeah, her whole thing. Is it up? Does it start up? Okay, so right now she's got what, 1 heal set up. So if her life falls below half, she'll heal, and you get more of those when you pop her ult.
Hesitation only breeds
Oh,
chaos.
my bad. And then
Converge and awaken.
so that makes it so that I don't know. It's a bunch of buffs. So it's a lot of stuff. There. What's it? What do they all do?
Resist crowd control for one thing.
Yeah. Yep, it resists to crowd control, so you can be immune to one of those. It distributes all the damage onto her, into Fu, and then it increases crit rate. And then that's just because we've been using skills from that. So lots of
I've
buffs.
got a raid to get to.
Oh, my bad.
Let's finish this.
Okay.
Time for a buzz. Let's play for a while.
Another journey begins. Still waters of oblivion.
And then
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
I mean, the damage seems pretty good, but it's fine.
well, I mean, that's just it. It is pretty good. That wasn't even a full stack of enemies, and like, but again, that's not a full power Acheron.
No,
sadly enough.
could be even better.
Yeah. Oh. Oh no, what am I doing?
A quick divination.
Well, I still have everything up.
Can I have fun this time?
Yeah, you went too hard on the skill points, even in a Sparkle team.
I even in a Sparkle team, exactly. I can do it now.
Free will or was it fate?
Because, I mean, that's just it. Every time, if you've got E2 Acheron, every time I kick it back over to Acheron here, I'd get a whole extra stack just for existing, on top of using this for 2.
This man wants to suffer more, so he's gotten back up.
Yeah.
Oh, all more enemies. World have humans, creations.
He's fine.
I think her coolest effects is when she gets low on health and triggers the other effect. I think that's fun.
Another blood
I
debt
agree.
repaid.
It sort of does this, like, I don't know. Can I demonstrate it? These are friendly, aren't they? These aren't going to kill me.
Not for
Are
long.
they bad guys? Do they have flowers growing on them? They don't have flowers growing on them.
Oh, it's a safe zone. I guess you can't kill them in a safe zone, even though they're 6 inches away from it.
The safe zone is not for you. It's for them.
That's true.
This is true. True.
Mm-hmm.
Can I find enemies that'll actually beat me up enough for this to work?
It's like
Gimme.
people complaining about
Gimme.
trivial difficulty on the new Helldivers world order, and then people being like, well, it's not trivial for you, it's trivial for the bugs.
Here, we'll just auto attack a bunch of times. I do need to make sure it's up though.
And awaken.
That's half the work.
I don't even know that they're gonna do enough damage.
I don't know that they are.
I see through you. You took the bait.
Another journey begins.
Ouch, ouch, ouch. Let's play for.
I can't pass my turns, everybody. I'm so
Nope.
sorry.
Can I have
Can't
fun
defend,
No.
can't do anything, you gotta kill. That's why those enemies that dictate what you can and can't do are so annoying sometimes. The ones that are like, you can't basic attack, or you can't use skills.
And because I have the light cone, I just healed.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess we have to fight a boss.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we've come this far, we might as well finish. I know what I said.
Oh my god.
This combat meet. This is double speed.
Yeah, what's the thing you need to
Another
kill?
blood debt repaid.
What is the thing I need to kill?
And the material that you need to level up the light cone for, right?
Well, true, but I would need to. I need to. That's like a lot of. What is that anyway? It's one of these, right? Uh oh.
That probably wouldn't
Everyone's
be
yelling
strong
at
enough to
me.
kill you, though.
I don't think so. What, like a boss? There's got to be a boss that'd be strong
Fight the
enough to kill
Swarm.
me.
Swarm does damage.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that. Swarm does... Oh, he also does a lot of AoE. That'll maybe almost kill me.
But it'll trigger the effect, by God.
Yes, it will.
What's nice is if you don't complete it, which I think you might, but and maybe will, but like if you don't, it's not like it costs you the Echo of War attempt or the...
We'll go all the way up to the top. Here we go.
Points.
Yep.
All right.
Because my food doesn't even have of the light cone leveled, so this is probably going to go bad.
3 small girls and a large woman.
Exactly.
Free will
Acheron and the shorties.
Still waters of oblivion.
A quick divination. Gather as one.
Because you have Acheron,
Oh,
which
that's
means
not
you
what I
can
wanted
deal
to
with the swarms, so it's okay.
Creations.
That's true.
Let's play. And you find the
Should give me,
answer.
2. So I'm at 2 stacks now of that because I used the ultimate.
No matter.
Okay, well, if you just keep attacking her. It's fine. It'll work. We'll get to see.
Spiffy?
Destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed.
Kill. Kill.
It too shall fall.
Push the kill button.
No matter.
Oh.
Yin and yang.
There you go. Now
Yeah.
my health goes all the way back up.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the...
Time for a fun.
And she has a
The
stack,
beauty.
and
And
she'll
then-
have another when she ults again.
Yep.
Still waters of oblivion.
My buff is still up.
Yin and yang.
Sweet.
Yep.
This combat needs a... This is double speed.
Now that activated quicker than we'd like.
It's true. Sparkle.
Feel spiffy?
Just because she has no stacks.
And you
It's not
find the answer.
insurmountable. It's just,
Yes. Yeah. I think her Lycan was at 30 or 40.
yeah. So
It's
like,
not even-
she's just
not even-
she's going through her health a little quicker than we'd like because this is the max level swarm, but it's also like nearly out of its first form. So like,
I think I need to do this. Yeah. And then I want to pop this.
Human creations.
for some damage, that's not really what it's for.
Yin and yang. Let's play for a while.
Another journey.
And then you can see now, this is a nice chance to actually see this in motion because you can see why the light cone's also going to come in handy because, you know, even with the protection, Silverwoolf's getting a little low.
Yep.
But we've made second form here and she's not even fully built yet, so...
Correct.
It is nice building effect res on Sparkle and having effects bounce off her like that.
Yeah. I think mine's got a decent amount.
Yeah, mine too, because I have broken keel on her, so she needs to have at least 30.
I'll go easiest. Feeling spiffy?
Destined for oblivion.
Well, everybody else sort of just tries to support as best they can. Acheron just does her
Quick
thing.
divination.
Yep. Oh, this might kill her.
Yeah, it's going to be iffy. Yeah.
Yep. There
Yeah,
it
there
is.
you go. I was gonna say this is one of the hardest boss fights, is my understanding. So I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
surprised.
not pretty, and you're gonna want her fully built. If she is, though,
This is double
Yeah.
speed.
I weep for the departed.
and I mean, it's not the light cone's not gonna make a huge difference, but every little bit helps in this situation.
Well, yeah, especially when it's her, when it just her base health goes up.
This is still
we need some
maybe
skill points.
doable.
You find the answer.
It really depends on what he does with his turn.
Yep.
He can defense down. We can bring Acheron back up.
Still waters of oblivion.
So like, I mean, it's just we just
come
need
on.
a little bit more. If we could just,
Fun.
yeah, that'll do.
Win.
There we go.
Scoreboard
Still
doesn't ask
counts.
questions, you know. It's just a win.
Yeah. Come back. Oh.
Yes. We can't have the video with her dead. That doesn't even make much sense. There
Yeah.
we go. So yeah, you can see, I mean, it she has her weaknesses, sure, like any characters. She's not perfect, she's not overpowered, but you slot her in a whole variety of situations and she's just very helpful because the sustain comes in handy. And in some ways, like it's weird not having a traditional healer, but when she's fully kitted out, she can definitely hold up.
Yeah. It's just one of those characters that makes content where like there's so often where you'll get a team together and RNG will dictate that like they're going to focus one of your characters and they're key to getting whatever your combo is off. And that character dies, and she's designed to prevent that from happening strictly by just redirecting it onto her and healing herself. So she's sort of this, and I've seen some people in breakdown that like it's going to be hard for them to ever nerf her in a way, because if they nerf shields, it doesn't apply to her. If they ever nerfed healing, that also doesn't really apply to her. She doesn't really heal so much as reset her own health, kind of in a way. So like it's going to be really tough for them to ever put out enemies or a patch where they turn off her survival mechanic in a way. Some have even said that might be why they haven't built another character like her. It's because it's one where it's like Zhang Ling in Genshin. She's a little too broken, so we're never going to see anything like it again.
And like Xiaolin, he won't shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. She's not really that talkative, but she has her moments.
Oh, here we go. 4 wishes. Let's go.
4
baby.
wishes? All right. Finish strong.
Oh my god. That's how we're doing this episode.
Well, we can't finish strong with that, but it would have to be the last pull anyways. This is the saddest wailing you've ever seen.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless it works.
Yeah, unless I get a Himiko right here, right now. No. Negative. I got a void. That's where my Himiko belongs. In the void.
Well, like last
I'm
time.
getting close, though.
215, you're getting there.
Oh.
Where's your Bronya at, anyway?
3?
That's why it's yelling at me right now.
Yeah.
That's why it's got a little... I am. There we go. There you go. Bing.
Stay focused.
Okay. Stay focused. Stay focused.
Stay focused. Push forward.
Beautiful. Bronya. Oh, it's only 2.
Only
Okay.
2. Well, it's a good one, though.
Yep.
It's a good one.
More than I wanted. Okay.
Sure.
Nice.
But less than you hoped.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's go. Nice. Let's go.
He's almost there.
Nice.
Let's go. Oh, the random Hanya I got.
In the obscure prophecy of Dream, a star from the heavens has enlightened my path.
Okay, Eula.
Hook's ready to find the next treasure.
Okay, I think that's all of them.
You did it.
Oh, she's blowing on her ball. I see.
So that about taps
She's going
Jason for the
bowling.
time being in this game. I will make a decision in the next couple weeks. I may dink around in those events and some other stuff with Boot Hill just to see. And of course, if I do pull, it'll be on the channel. We're not gonna, skimp out on you. We also have Farina Date coming up. That's in like 3 weeks.
Haven't tried
Yeah.
the third to last line
I'm at
says,
300 plus
Okay.
something.
Today is a good day for
Yeah.
public service.
So I
I
mean,
am actually gonna also join in on that. Spoilers.
oh boy.
It's gonna be a big Farina day.
Because my Noel needs a Farina.
What are you up to these days on polls? You haven't pulled in a minute.
I'm at about 200.
Okay. So there's going to be a big one there. I will not be joining in, although I wouldn't mind having her, but I don't have a whole lot to go on here. I haven't been playing much Genshin. If anything, I've been fucking around with, what the hell is it called? Wuthering Waves?
Yeah, I guess I haven't played that at all. I'd ask you how it is, but this video's gone long enough.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
It's better than Tower of Fantasy, and the movement is a
Okay.
lot more fun than Genshin. The voice acting is pretty bad, and the translation's mediocre, and the main story is kind of not that exciting. So exploration's fun, more fun than Genshin, I'd say, but most other aspects are eh.
yeah, that's gonna be, man.
Combat's also,
That's-
I'd say,
that's
a
always
little
a
bit
worry
better
for
just
me.
because the parry's fun.
Okay.
I like a pretty generous
Okay.
timing parry system, like it's built in, so you're supposed to do it as a dodge and then get counterattacks off of it. I find that to be more interesting than just dodging and dashing constantly in Genshin. But so it has pluses, and I do think it's a decent game. Am I gonna be playing it probably for any meaningful amount of time? No, because I'd still rather play Genshin. So, anyways, that's my 45-second review of. I keep wanting to call it like Wuthering Waves and Withering Heights, or I don't know. It doesn't.
I think it is Wuthering Waves. I think is
Yeah, I think
is
that's
what it's
correct.
called.
It's just gibberish. It sounds like Ubu speak.
Absolutely.
Wolverine
Do
way.
you want to play Wuthering Waves with me, Ubu? No. And Doug, you have to play Star Rail. Otherwise, you got to join us on this stuff so you know these characters and then start throwing a ton of wishes at stuff. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. That's what I'm doing.
Turn off Genshin. This is better. No, that's not true. I think it is, but it's not true. That's subjective.
Now, see, it's weird because, like, honestly, these days, I mean, I know I have plenty of things to explore in Genshin. I end up enjoying Genshin more for the main story arcs and seeing what they're doing with the story. So, like, if the game doesn't have, like, a Penacony that, like, Star Rail's got, or Genshin had Fontaine, like, I've come to really like that writing, the storytelling, like, seeing what they're doing, all that kind of stuff, and, like, that's why I look at a game like Wuthering Waves and I'm like,
yeah,
you know, it may be more fun to run around or maybe do some combat, but like that's not what's going to keep me coming back every patch.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
You only have meat or potatoes. You don't, there's not both. And if you're not into the combat as much, which is fun, the exploration's fine. But yeah, what's fun about Genshin is going out the world. It's beautiful, it's vibrant, it's fun to explore. And also there's a lot of characters around that are good. And the main story has been really good the last 2 regions in particular. So, like, there's a lot of reasons that even though I've sort of kind of soured on Genshin a little bit, I still log in pretty regularly, and I'm still really excited every time new content drops. I don't think I get that same feeling from Wuthering. So it's like I play that, just like you said. I play that for the main stuff. When a new story patch comes, I'm super excited about Genshin, and I play Star Rail in between.
Yeah, I've been enjoying even just grinding in Star Rail is just so much easier. Their events have been a lot more engaging. Like, I mean, look, there are the occasional Genshin thing that I really enjoy, where it'll be like, come shoot stuff. I like that one where you were just playing like Sniper Elite or whatever it was for. Yeah, like I enjoyed some of those, but there's this weird. So many of them are like on baby mode. It's like super tutorial for like everything but the last one puzzle that they give you, and I honestly wish a lot of times that they would just crank it up sometimes, because it feels like the only stuff that they'll crank up are like combat encounters like this last one that I almost couldn't complete some of them because if I wanted to get 3 stars, I just didn't have a team that had a strong enough shield to actually be able to like complete the one objective they gave at the highest difficulty on that. And like that sucks. Like, because they don't give you trial characters like they do in Star Rail here, where if Star Rail wants you to do something fun, they'll give you the characters to do it, and that's it.
And a handful of events in Genshin do that, but it's rare.
Yeah, unfortunately.
This one, I was telling Jason, and if you haven't played the new event, go do it. It's just battle focused, and it's a lot of fun being able to mess with team comps, but like the last version of it is every trial character. So they give you 3 or 4 specific ones for each one that are pretty well suited for it. And at the end, they're like, fucking free for all. You just do whatever you want, see what works. If it works, you can get these things. If it doesn't, try a new team.
Yeah, and they've kind of got like a roguelike type mechanic. Every time you level, you pick a weapon or like an accessory, and some of the accessories pair with the weapons, and the weapons pair better with against some enemies or with some characters. Like one weapon will be like, oh, when a character has acted 3 times, it does damage to the enemy. Okay, well, follow-up teams work really well for that, you know?
Or just Sparkle like, specifically.
Yeah, or like, gosh, one
Sparkle,
of them
or
literally
Robin.
just
Sorry, I was meant to say.
Yeah, Robin also was good in that one.
Yeah, Sparkle does work for that too in a certain way, but especially Robin, because you're just like, all right, 3 turns, guess what?
Yeah, or one of them is like, here's a damage over time that we put on the enemy, and like, okay, cool. Well, Kafka loves that, you know, and stuff like there's all kinds of weird stuff like that. That's super good.
Yep. A lot of fun. Maybe my favorite event so far. There's been a couple I've liked, and unsurprisingly, 2 of the best events in Star Rail have been when I forget the guy's name, the masked fool guy, because he also set up the
Giovanni.
Yeah, Giovanni, of course, because it was the Pokemon-esque name, and the first event was clearly a Pokemon ripoff.
Yeah.
So the 2 times he's shown up have been absolute bangers.
Yeah, he's been pretty fun, and I mean, I don't know. They seem to just I don't know, it feels like they respect your time, and if you're going to log in and do an event, they're going to sort of lean into what you enjoy about the game, whereas Genshin almost feels like this weird test bed for mechanics for the next region sometimes, where you're like, yeah, okay, I can run around and do this, I can't wait till the next major patch comes out, and this is a fully fleshed out mechanic in the next area. Like, ain't no way they've got all those like dragons rolling around in the hills and stuff without like half of the weird mini games that they've had the players do. So like, I as much as I appreciate them basically just tuning their like with the design space such that they can give players content all the time, and they're sort of repurposing what they're already working on to sort of make sure it works. I'm sure it allows for constant content, slightly easing on some things for the guys that are developing it, and it sort of like make sure that the quality is better overall, because it's kind of being tested essentially by players. When players bump into problems, they know that they got to adjust those when it's in the main region. But at the same time, boy howdy, does it feel like they just throw a bunch of like really weak tutorials and sometimes half-baked mechanics at the players and are just like, well, I hope this is fun, because it's not polished by design yet.
And if not, then I guess we'll never see it again. But
yeah, like I distinctly remember people being like, I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to swim in the next region. And it was sort of like, well, wait, why? And they'd be like, because they keep giving us those events where we like take over a thing and we sort of fly it in the air, but it only moves on like rails. And so it was sort of like, they're clearly trying to work with letting you like fully navigate a 3-dimensional space. And like, sure enough, Fontaine came out after that, and it was like, here's swimming all the time. Like, and it's like, okay, yeah.
Which is great and works really well, and it's
yeah.
fun. But yeah, you can see the blueprint for it on the screen, by the way, because you guys can't see it. But the event's the Legend of the Galactic Baseballer, and they've just embraced the fact that the MC is a trash panda. They've just gone ahead and made it a raccoon now, so that the memes have worked. Everybody, MC officially loves, Trailblazer loves trash cans. That's confirmed. Tony taught us that. So go check that out if you have a chance. We will be back either with me pulling for Boot Hill in a moment of weakness. You'll see the video pop up, or we know, I think June 25th, 4th is the next Genshin patch, where it sounds like both Jason and Doug are going to be pulling hard. So we actually will be wailing pretty good in that one.
Yeah, we've got hundreds, 300 me, 200 for Doug. I don't think Doug's pulling for anything. I don't know if you are, Doug.
Yep. No, just enough to do the minus health plus health synergy.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, so that's standard Farina. Yeah, whereas I have decided that if I'm going to super invest in a character, it's going to be the one that does healing, damage, buffing, and everything. So that's why I'm going to throw it all at Farina. We'll see what we get.
We've been waiting patiently for this time. It's about to reach fruition. And again, like, you'll probably each have another 30, 40, maybe 50 pulls by then. So it could be a total of like 600. So we'll go hard in the paint on that one. I will not. I will watch and make Snyder marks and root people on. But that will be next time. As always, thank you for joining us for Wailing. This one was like a half podcast, half Wailing, but it's kind of fun to talk about where the games are at right now. Any last words from you two?
Play Star Rail. It's fun.
Yeah, Doug.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Got him. That's it. His last words are he's sorry. So
yeah, that's it.
Because we yelled at him. It's our fault. So it's my bad. All right, thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you next time.